Hi everybody, my name is Samantha Schroll. I am a front desk agent at Daddy-O Hotel and Restaurant. It's really cool to do my internship here because I've been living around this area for a pretty long time, so it's really cool to see the back end of this hotel and restaurant that's been so popular for so many years, so close to my hometown. So let's get started. There's a lot of fundamentals of being a front desk agent that will coincide with most front desk jobs at bigger hotels. There are a few things that are different because we are a boutique hotel. We only have 22 rooms, but I'll get into that. So some of the things that we do, I book rooms for incoming guests, oversee hotel operations, so housekeeping, mechanics, shipments, all of those kinds of things. We maintain online listings on outside websites, so things like Expedia and Booking.com and Hotels.com. We stay in contact with people from there, and we get in contact with their agents in order to give guests the best possible experience they can get when they're trying to book with us online. We also obtain and secure sensitive guest information, including credit cards, phone numbers, personal addresses, email addresses, all of these things that our system will keep. We do not share it, and we obviously don't share it with each other. When it comes to taking phone calls, we aren't allowed to disclose any type of credit card information over the phone or physical addresses over the phone, just for guest confidentiality. We also assign rooms to accommodate incoming check-ins. Like I said, there's only 22 rooms, so this can get a little bit difficult. There have been a couple of times this summer that we were overbooked because one of our rooms would be closed because there was an air conditioning issue. Our hotel is very old. The building has been around for 92 years now. So things like this, they break, and it takes a little bit to fix them because they're older and we need to replace them then. Something else that we do, obviously, we check in and out guests and turn rooms over as quickly as we can. We only have one housekeeper because we don't necessarily need a whole fleet of them, but she does a great job of turning our rooms over as quickly as possible. So our PMS system that we use is called Room Master. It's a software that goes onto our computer systems. It obtains information for booking, like the information I mentioned before: credit card name, address, email, phone number. People can book directly through Room Master if they're booking on our website. If not, we do all the booking through Room Master ourselves when people call to book a room over the phone. So that you can see, this is just the demo version because I didn't want to disclose any guest information, but you can see there's a little red flag next to the very first name on the list, and that just can mean a bunch of things. There's a couple of different color flags that mean different things for our guests. That just helps us indicate who's coming in and where they booked and all that kind of stuff. So for people who booked through like Expedia and all those outside websites, there'll be a little orange flag next to their name, and that's just to tell us that they didn't book through us, so they have an overridden rate. They have a slightly cheaper rate than what we offer, just so that we don't accidentally think that that's wrong and re-override the rate to put it back to normal. With Expedia reservations, we actually don't give receipts to our guests just because they're getting a different rate than what we have listed, and that's a little bit confusing, so we just prefer to avoid that situation. So what we're looking at right here is guests that are going to check in a list, and we'll go through and we'll check in all the guests that we have to, and we'll go through each and every person in the list and assign a room to them. And in order to assign the room, it's pretty simple. We just have it under a room type. So you can see where it says room, it says king, king, queen, queen, all that kind of stuff. We have a couple of different room types, which I'll go over later in this video. So when you have the different room types, the way that it works, it'll automatically adjust. So you'll open up, let's say, Brian Cooperteen's reservation, and it's a king room, and it will automatically list only the room numbers that pertain to that size. So So our hotel may have 22 rooms, but I'm opening a king and the only rooms that we have available are 2 rooms, and it'll only show those 2 to me, which is very helpful because you don't have to memorize all the room numbers and know exactly where they're supposed to go. It'll also auto-adjust the room rates, so as soon as you try to book, it'll auto-adjust whether it's a weekday or a weekend because we do offer different rates, and it shows our availability for when people call us and ask whether or not we have anything available for this weekend. So like I said, we have a couple of different room types. Our junior queen is going to be our smallest room, and it really only has a queen size bed and the ensuite bathroom that all of the rooms have. The standard queen is going to be a little bit bigger. It has a little tiny seating area with a small chair or couch in there. Our ADA queen is going to be the same size as the standard queen, but it is handicap accessible. We only have one, and it is on the 2nd floor, so they have to take the elevator to get up there, but it does have a roll-in shower, and it has minimal furniture on the floor just to accommodate that. Our bay queen is going to be the same size as the standard queen as well. The only difference between the bay queen and the standard queen is that the bay queen actually has a view of the Barnegat Bay. Now, these rooms are our only rooms on property that actually have a decent view. All of our other views are going to be of Long Beach Boulevard and our parking lot and our garden bar. Our queen suite is going to be the next step up, so it does have the queen size bed still. It has a lot more walking space. I believe it's 395 square feet. It has a seating area with a table and a couch, and a small little foyer area as soon as you walk into the room. The double queen, we only have 2 of them, so these are the only rooms that have 2 beds in it. They're like your traditional hotel room. When you picture staying in a hotel, you just have the 2 mattresses, you've got the TV, and all that kind of stuff. Our king suite is just like the queen suite, however it has our king size bed, of course. And our rooftop king suite is the same thing. The only difference between the 2 is that our rooftop king suite does have direct access to our rooftop bar, and our 2 rooftop king suites have a connecting door between the 2 of them, which is pretty cool. So these are just some pictures. On the left we have our queen suite, so you can see there's a lot of area to move around, and there's the big queen size bed there. Every room has a different mural on the wall from believe it's the 50s and 60s, so it makes it a little bit more unique and a little bit more beachy for a higher end hotel. On the right we have our king suite. It's a little bit bigger, as you can see. It does have the king size bed, and then there's the murals on the walls as well. We do have a lot of pops of color. The red is kind of our motif color. Red is kind of everywhere for us, and the green is just to offset it a little bit and make it look a little bit more retro to match the mural. We do have 3 bars on property. We have our service bar, which is inside of the restaurant, like a traditional restaurant bar. We have our O bar, and that's our rooftop bar. So that's that bottom picture. It's absolutely beautiful. It does offer sushi and appetizers and mixed drinks. It doesn't offer our full service menu, but it is a very popular place over the summer, and it has a lot of little red string lights everywhere. It gets a really good atmosphere up there. And our garden bar is the big picture on the right. That's just right outside of the lobby. It has a little fire pit in there. It does serve our full restaurant menu, which is pretty cool. So people will come in and they'll sit outside instead of sitting inside, just for the atmosphere of it. It is, like I said, directly outside of the lobby. You don't need to be a guest to attend any of these bars. They are open to the public, and they are one of the defining factors of Daddy-O Hotel and Restaurant. So that's it. That's the whole tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'd want to come out soon. Thanks.